The Nine of Cups and the Temperance. So a lot of you Capricorns have a very profound level of self-respect and confidence, and because you know, a lot of you Capricorns know what it is that you're doing. Your future is very much so well planned out, but also it's very difficult for people to play you around now because you're on point. And the Six of Wands is, and if someone isn't stepping to you correctly, then you will leave them alone. You know, people really underestimate not hanging around other people, right? Like for some odd reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's social media. I don't know what it is, but for some odd reason, some people are deluded enough to think that, you know, you're forced, you have to put up with them. And it's like, that's not reality though. And, you know, that level of that mentality catches up with some people, with a lot of people. And the thing is that the Four of Cups, you Capricorns are out here dating. You know, you're trying to see what else is out here, trying to see if there's any kind of good matches for you. And if there are, right, you'll continue to date them. If not, then you will go on about your business. So the Hierophant now is about how, because you're very much so thinking about whether, you're very much so thinking about if people are playing games with you, right? If they're doing S-tests, what they look like. But you're also thinking about, you know, how bomb your future can be as well, right? With or without somebody. It's just a matter of, if it's with somebody, then sure, it'll be better. But even if you don't have anybody, you know, you'll still be well off. You'll still be, you know, pretty good. It's just that the Hierophant represents, you know, you'll also, some of you may also be consulting like your own, you know, your own religious beliefs, and consorting that quarrel with your own deity, right? Your own prophet, whatever religion you believe in, if you believe in a religion at all, right? So, you know, some of us are spiritual, like myself. So you may be consulting the religious figures and trying to ask them, like, okay, when are these deities going to send a good quality person in your life? You know, one where the two of you can actually be together that works. And the Six of Pentacles represents, well, ultimately, that's really up to you, you know, because that's up to you in the sense that it really depends, because a lot of you Capricorns right now, you know, you've got so much going on. And the question is, can you even make room for a relationship? Is there even room for one? And even if there is room for one, right, there may be room for one. A lot of you, you know, may have to consider that just because there's room, for you, does not necessarily mean, just because that there's room for you, right, does not necessarily mean that there may be room for someone else. You may be on point, but it doesn't necessarily mean that other people may be on point. And that's something that you may have to understand, right? So the Six of Swords, now you have two sixes, Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is all about how this is a situation for you where, how do I say this? You're ready to leave anybody that does not necessarily match very well with you. And because of this, you know, this has you kind of cutting back on a lot of, this has you cutting back on a lot of people that may not be the best for you, because you're able to see through a lot of that. And the thing is that the a lot of people around this time also may not really understand you as well, that you may meet, because a lot of you are looking for someone else, but at the same time, a lot of you are done with certain things, right? Done with trying to beg, done with trying to try too hard to get into relationships, done with trying to be in stressful relationships, one where people do not appreciate you, done with struggle love, as most people call it, where you have to cater 100% to the other person because the other person is too broken to do anything for themselves. And the thing about it is that the Queen of Cups is about how and because, well, you understand it. So a lot of you Capricorns don't have to obviously explain that to other people, right? You shouldn't explain that. It's just that I see a lot of people being intrigued with the fact that you're a mystery and that you're not putting yourselves out there the same way that you used to. And because of it, a lot of people, like I said, you don't have to put yourself out there. And because of it, a lot of people do not necessarily really understand why you're doing what you're doing. And that's intriguing, And the thing is that the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is about, but at the same time, you're still being the same way that you used to, the same way that you've been for years, the same way that you've always been, hardworking, determined, focused. It's just that the Two of Cups is about how, but at this time, though, you're not allowing that level of, hard work, little play to really get you, to get you upset or to get you angry. A lot of you, like I said, you're staying focused on what it is that you need to do. So let's clarify some of these cards. So let's clarify the Two of Cups. The Chariot, the Sun, Magician, and then you have the Queen of Swords. So the Chariot and the Sun, right, is about how it's about how a lot of, well, you have the Chariot represents Cancer crabs, right? So, and then the Sun represents Leo. So it represents meeting other people. It represents the willingness to meet other people with a level of optimism and a level of confidence, right? And you didn't even know that you had that level of confidence and optimism, right? Because Capricorn, a lot of y'all can be doom and gloom, especially at a younger age. But, a lot of you brighten up as you get older, right? Usually. Sometimes it can work in reverse. But the Chariot and the Sun is about how you're in a situation where you realize that it's not necessarily you are always the one being dysfunctional to other people, right? That's something that a lot of you used to do when you didn't know any better. But a lot of you Capricorns are learning how to control your actions and yourselves a lot better. And because of it, it's not, you're going to find out through firsthand experiences that for you Capricorns, it's not really so much of a problem where people can tell you some stuff, right, about yourself and how you're messed up. And it's not real because you Capricorns know what it is that you're doing. Right. So the only type of people that can really last to be around you are people. All it is that y'all need to do is just fix the bossiness, right, and the need for control, because that's gonna turn some people off, right, and trying to be controlling, right, for some of you who's still doing that. And I know because I have Capricorn in my chart, right. But other than that, Other than that, and the need for a type, right? This archetype, this perfect person, because Capricorn, sometimes y'all can have that. Other than that, there really is nothing as far as what a person can complain about for them to complain about. The Magician and the Queen of Swords, it'll all be up to them. And if they're serious about being in a relationship with you, because at that point, everything will be up to them. The ball will be in their court, because if they wasn't really being serious in the first place, then they won't be serious with you. Now they'll just make up excuses to have a problem with you. So, around this time, Capricorn, you're really going to test to see if people are 100 or not. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. If you'd like to get a personal reading from me, there's a link in the comment section called a link tree. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which it has all the ways you can support me. Peace.